Good morning. This is Talk Back to Television, and I'm here with Lou Borrelli. And Lou, I need to hear your favorite Chuck Dolan story.
Well, Rick, it goes back decades. As a 22-year-old cable executive, and I use the term executive loosely, I was part of a franchising team for UA Columbia, which at the time was attempting to gain franchises and build out Southern Westchester County. I was a local programming manager, and so our local commitment was important. Our only competitor for the first dozen or so was Cablevision Systems out on Long Island. So you had Chuck Dolan, you had his entire cast of characters, Kofalt and Sweeney and everybody else, John Tata. And so we would be in these council rooms giving presentations, and it always seemed to get really smoky during my part of the presentation. And as it turned out later, John Tata, so this is back in the day when you could actually smoke indoors.
Yep,
And
sure.
Tata loved big, stinky cigars. And so what I came to find out, because I was the youngest guy up there by probably 10 years, maybe more,
Yeah.
was that there was a bet going on to see if they could get me to puke or to get sick by just blowing smoke, because we all sat like close proximity. And it was years later that I was in a sports channel booth at a Mets game, and Chuck was there and John Tata was there, and Tata walked up to me and he says, "You cost me a lot of money." He says, because every time we would go in, it'd say $20, whoever can make the guy puke. And Chuck was collecting the money because I never puked. Um, it was a lot of fun. But the one thing I want to leave people with is people don't realize how creative Chuck was. I mean, yes, we've all heard he started HBO and all that. But here's one other thing. After we effectively won the franchises in Westchester, he went after Area 9 in Fairfield County, Connecticut hard and won. Here's what he understood: one bite at the apple. If you were a resident in the very upscale communities on the Connecticut shoreline and you called to get cable service, you could not buy it over the phone. You had to have an appointment with a door-to-door salesman who came to your home and effectively sold you what it was that they thought would best serve you. It's why they had the highest ARPU in the industry. They had by far the highest high-speed data penetration in the industry, because you had to see a person in person. Think about that for a second and how life has changed.
That's pretty
Yeah.
amazing, buddy.
Yeah,
No,
very cool.
so much of the business has changed now. I can go in and add and subtract anything with one click of a
Hmm.
button.
Yeah,
Maybe there's something to learn from that. All right,
yeah.
guess what? Lou Borelli, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate that. This will all run next week.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thanks, Rick.